What's going on YouTube? It's me, BD Heath A. We're back with more Owl House related content. This one to lose a snake Palisman theory, the Owl House Season 2 theory that's going on, and this is from the Round Table. I'll leave their channel in link. There's a video in the description down below, so you should go check them out for this theory. Let's just dive right into this, because this has been a theory I've been seeing across Instagram and Twitter for a while now. Is this the right scene? Yes, this is the right scene. Sorry, but yeah, let's just get right into this. This looks really interesting, and let me move my camera because I'm hoping it's not blocking anything during this reaction video. Alrighty, I think this is good. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it.
You get a Palisman. You get a Palisman. Everyone gets a Palisman.
Yeah.
Except for Luce.
Yes. Sad.
This
But she's making her own.
Skillshare.
Yeah.
Palisman was a major episode for the Owl House in more ways than one.
Yes.
Giving us the proper introduction to Hunter the Golden Guard.
Yes.
The true plan for the Day of Unity.
Yes.
The 9 Coven Heads.
Yeah.
The mysterious condition of Emperor Bellows.
Yeah.
And of course, the abundance of Palisman. Pushing the status quo forward once more. Gus, Willow, and the majority of Luce's peers now all have Palisman.
Yeah.
Thanks to a matchmaking event held by Ida, Principal Bump,
Except for Amity. We're getting Amity's next episode, or she's getting it from her parents. I'm not really sure. Because things that it's like, you think Palisman would choose their correlated witch. So I think they would have to choose themselves. So I think the parents can. Anyways, back to the theory.
and the Bat Queen.
Yes.
Of course, since we're early on in the season, Luce wouldn't get a major upgrade like a Palisman just yet.
Yeah.
So the subversion of the Red Cardinal going to Hunter makes sense.
It does.
Though lucky for Luce, Ida and King were kind enough to
Steal
retrieve a piece of Palistrom, setting the stage for Luce to forge her own Palisman, either at the tail end of this season or the third and final season.
Yes.
And although
sadly. Although I will say that Save the Owl House is going to be trending again when the season 2A finale comes out. Or sorry, it's like the mid-season finale because it's going hiatus again. Because we can still get a renewal for season 4 if needed, and that's only if Disney accepts it or not. But as of right now, if this season goes out and plays out just fine, and season 3 is even better than season 2 and ends it perfectly, I don't see a need for season 4. But you know, if season 4 is needed because it rushed in development, that's all. Then yeah, I'd say we need it.
Away from the moment where Luce finally wields her own Palisman,
yes,
we may already be on the verge of figuring out what that Palisman will be.
You guys
as
are.
Over the months, even before season 2 began, many viewers began to make a particular observation that, if correct, would mean that the show has been teasing us with Luce's Palisman the entire time.
Yep.
So today, I want to indulge in what has become a community theory, while also tossing in my own 2 cents. Because although I've seen a lot of arguments for why this Palisman would work symbolically,
right.
I haven't seen any ideas on where this could fit in narratively.
Exactly.
Why Luce would carve this particular Palisman, and at what moment. God, it's gotta be dope to carve your own Palisman.
It really has to be.
I had the skills. Skillshare! This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators.
Sponsorship moment, I get it.
You can explore new skills, improve at your passions, and you'd love to be a part of the magic of making a TV show, movie, or even video game someday.
Here we go.
Get this theory. Simply requires you to look at the logo just
It
a little
really
bit.
does.
Obviously, the first O in the Owl House logo isn't a letter, but instead
it's
a stylized
Ida's
dollar.
staff.
Ida's
Yeah.
Palisman, with the right side of the letter H giving off the illusion of Ida's
Yes.
staff. However, this may not be the only staff in plain sight.
It
as
really,
what's the closest
yeah.
shape to that H? The L in owl. What's directly below that L? The letter S. Flip these two upside down, however, and you'll notice that the letter
it's a
S
snake.
was also stylized in a particular way, kind of looking like a snake. And with that upside down L, wouldn't you know it, it looks like another staff.
It really does.
But we haven't seen anyone use a snake staff
No.
before. And who else would be prominent enough to be represented in the logo but the main character herself?
Yeah.
The human witch who turns everything upside down. For the better of
Wow,
us.
that
Right.
was a good observation. I never actually caught that one. How she... That was good. I never even thought about that.
Turns everything upside down.
That's a
For
good
the better,
observation.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so simple enough, right? Well, it does get a little bit deeper. There's already tons of foreshadowing for Luce having a snake Palisman in the show. One of the very first things we see is a depiction of the Good Witch Azora novel.
How'd I
In
forget this
particular,
one?
Good Witch Azora standing off against a Gilder snake.
Yeah, how'd I forget this? This was like the first... She has snakes in the first episode. She brings them to her school. Okay, sorry.
Important to point out, has wings. The entire reason Luce is in the
Ooh.
principal's office is because she let a bunch of snakes loose in the school. And on top of that, she's been shown to hiss plenty of times. Luce is the only character to have this
I always picture that as an angry cat, not really much a snake, but I can see it.
oddly specific association with snakes. On top of that, her Palisman wouldn't just be a snake on a staff. As other fans have pointed out, such as his Tumblr screen cap on screen, Luce's staff would resemble the rod of Asclepius,
Ooh.
the god of medicine. The rod itself has symbolized medicine and healthcare for millennia. And we know that Luce's struggle with conviction goes hand in hand with her being separated from her mother, stating she couldn't figure out a future without her. The cherry on top that completely sold me to this, Luce's mother, Camilla Noceda, is indeed a healthcare worker. She's a nurse.
These are things I never thought of until right now. I thought I knew everything, I definitely didn't.
There's also speculation that this staff could be representative of the Caduceus, the staff carried by Hermes.
Okay.
Which features two intertwined serpents surmounted by wings. The Tumblr post you're seeing on screen from Say Public speculates that because King declared himself a Clawthorn, you don't need to strictly have bird imagery to be a Clawthorn. Because the demon who happens to look a lot
smart.
like King
That's
has
smart.
wings of his own, implying that King too will sprout wings sooner than later. Who knows, maybe by the end of the show. Not to mention the
possible.
Emperor's Coven also has wings, so that being paralleled with Luce's Palisman having wings just feels right. So the Gilder Snake, which has wings, may have cleverly foreshadowed Luce's Palisman
That
from
is
the
true.
very beginning. And there you have it. It feels like there's already so much potential foreshadowing and
There
symbolism
is.
present that it really can't be wrong. However, what I was trying to figure out, and what I think I might be onto, is what purpose would this Palisman serve in the story?
that's true.
And I'm keeping in mind the theme of healing. Also keep in mind that Luce means light, and that she tends to bring the best out in people. Ida's Requiem left off on the disturbing cliffhanger reveals that the sigils of the covens, which locks witches out of every other form of magic, is also capable of seizing control of the witch that the sigil rests on, as Rain was taken out of commission and cocooned just by the snap of Kikimora's fingers. So I'm assuming Rain isn't going to be the only person this happens to, and that when the Day of Unity does roll around, anyone with a sigil might be taken out of commission, leaving it to the covenless witch.
When I first saw that, I didn't actually think about how that was the sigil for a coven. I'm not sure why I never thought of that, but I never did.
To take a stand and try to save the day.
Yep.
Whether this means everyone's going to be cocooned or some characters will be possessed, there's going to be imminent danger.
There
all the
is.
same. So when Luce finally carves a Palisman, I think it'll be carved with an innate purpose. And it may not be carved with Palistrum wood alone, as I imagine Luce could encounter other materials for when she does finally carve her Palisman over the course of the second season. Ultimately, I believe the ability of this Palisman will be to break the Coven sigils, physically and emotionally healing the witches of the Boiling Isles, liberating them from conformity, and allowing everyone to be their true selves. Luce's Palisman, Luce's staff, will be a cure. An instrumental role in taking down Emperor Bellows.
Okay.
And that's my 2 cents. The video's over. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think Luce's Palisman could be? Are you on board with the snake theory?
Okay.
What purpose do you believe it'll serve? Let us know in the comments down below, or tweet your thoughts over at Roundtable Vids, and you can find me at OstricVox. We're also on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. See ya!
Bye! Ember Guard, Golden Guard. Yeah, Hunter. But no, what my theory is for Luce's staff, if I'm being honest here, the snake theory has been going around in my mind a little bit, but there's also been 2 others in my mind. Now, there's also the Mockingjay. The Mockingjay? No, the Mockingbird. What am I talking about? Or the Blue Jay. Well, am I this tired? I mean, it is like 2 o'clock in the morning, but it's fine, you know? It's fine. I'm definitely not talking like an idiot. Okay, let's just act like that never happened. Okay, so my theory is that, like, I agree with the snake one. There's also the one with the blue jay that's going around, which I think is also possibly true. I think the blue jay could easily happen also. But if I had to pick a staff that would suit Luz the most, like, where would you even start? Like, I had it in my mind, like, I don't know. Because the things that, like, the things that the Blue Jay is almost too close to Little Rascal. It's just a different color scheme. So the Blue Jay is a good idea, but at the same time, I feel like it'd get ruled out because of that reason. And the snake still makes sense because it's literally in the title screen of the show. It shows it in, like, a little hint. We've seen Luz with snakes multiple times, and her hiss, apparently, which I thought was a cat for some reason. There's, like, multiple reasons and lead-ups to why her Palisman could be a snake, but we don't really know why it would be a snake yet at the same time. That's the thing we're not really thinking about in our minds just yet, is, like, how are they going to build that up to the snake in the first place? Like, how is it going to get there? And that's what I'm trying to figure out myself, is, like, if it is a snake, they haven't done much to actually support the idea of it being a snake yet. It'll probably be an entire episode emphasis just on making the staff, or maybe even multiple episodes, but we still don't have any lead up to why it could be a snake yet, which is why I think is just a little bit not leading me right onto that path just yet. But the one that I had in my mind, and this is going to sound really stupid, honestly, the one that I thought of, and you're going to all laugh and you're going to be like, huh, that's funny. But no, what I think it is I think it could be, and this is just going off of what we've seen the last, like, 4 episodes, 5 through 8, Luz has been spending a lot of time with the Echo Mouse, so she potentially could make a staff that is a mouse. And I know you guys are going to find that funny because you're like, that's funny because, you know, Disney's canceling the show and they're in, you know, it's Mickey because, you know, mouse. But it's possible. In my mind, she's been not getting along, but she's been trying to be around that Echo Mouse to try to figure out answers for her way to get home. So she's had the most experience, animal-wise, in the Boiling Isles with a mouse. Maybe not a staff mouse, but she's had most experience with an Echo Mouse, meaning that's the one she would maybe think of first. And while that, again, isn't as likable like theory-wise, it is, in my mind, more possible in my mind, because while, again, a Blue Jay is a good idea, and it does make sense with the whole wing idea going on, in my mind, we haven't really... It would just be like an off-brand Little Rascal, which I guess would be cool as well to see Hunter and Luz have similar staffs, just different colors. But at the same time, wouldn't you want it to be something unique to her at the same time? I don't know, that's just me. And as for the snake is most likely going to be the end game one, in my opinion. But if it is a mouse, I'm going to say I'm the first person that said it, so, you know, quote that shit and put it in a dictionary. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little reaction to the Owl House theory behind Luz's staff. If you have enjoyed, go check out their channel in the description down below. And also, if you like this reaction on my part, hit the like and subscribe button down below for more of this kind of Owl House content. You've been watching me. I'm Heath, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, and have a good one, okay?